Welcome to first year second semester statistics students. This is KVR Narsamhara, lecturer in statistics, Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Science, Amalapuram, East Godavari district, affiliated to Adhikavi Nana University, Rajahmundry. This year, your paper title is Probability and Distributions. This paper consisting of 5 units, that is unit 1 is probability. We have already learned 4 lessons, 2 are Google Meet lessons and 2 are YouTube lessons. Today I will explain lesson number 3 on this probability. I will briefly explain what we have learned earlier, that is, what is the basic idea to develop the probability, who are the persons initiated for the development of probability, origin of probability, history of probability, basic concepts, basic terms which are very much used in our probability subject, and various definitions of probability have also discussed earlier. Now, what is meant by trial? Trial is an experiment which is conducted under essentially identical conditions which may give one of the several possible results is called a trial, and the possible results are called events. The events are mainly 3 types: elementary event, composite events. Elementary event means each event in a trial consisting of only one result. Composite event means each event in a trial consisting of more than one result. And complementary event means the events which are not favorable to an event are called complementary events. That means the events which are against to a particular event are all called complementary events. Generally, favorable event is generally denoted by A and its complementary event is denoted by AC or A bar or A dash, such that A union A complement is equal to universal set omega, A intersection A complement is equal to null set phi. Now, exhaust events. In a trial, the total number of all possible outcomes of a random experiment are called exhaust events, and the set of exhaust events is called exhaustive set denoted by omega. Next one is mutually exclusive events. In a trial, the occurrence of one of the events precludes the occurrences of all the remaining events. Then the events are said to be mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive events. Next one is favorable events. In a trial, which are pertaining to the happening of an event are called favorable events, and the number of favorable events is called favorable cases. Equally likely events. In a trial, no event can be expected before its actual occurrence. Then the events are called equally likely events. Next one is independent events. In a trial, the occurrence of any one of the events cannot affect the occurrences of future coming events. Then the events are called independent events. Next one is various definitions of probability. Probability has mainly 3 definitions. One is priori definition of probability. Second one is statistical definition of probability, and third one is axiomatic approach to probability definition. One minute. So priori definition of probability states that if a trial conducts, the n events are exhaustive, mutual exclusive, and equally likely. Among them, m of them are favorable to an event, then the probability of the occurrence of the event A is P of A is equal to m by n, that is favorable cases by exhaustive cases, and the probability always lies between 0 and 1. Next one is statistical definition of probability. If a trial conducts, the n events are exhaustive and mutually exclusive, and the trial conducts under indefinitely large number of times. Among them, m of them are favorable to an event A, then the probability of the occurrence of the event A is P of A is equal to limit n tends to infinity m by n. Next one is final definition of probability, that is the axiomatic approach to probability definition. If a trial conducts, the n events A1, A2, etc., AI, etc., AN are n exhaustive and mutually exclusive, union AI is equal to omega, and choose a function. If choose a function P, if P satisfies first one, P of AI greater than or equal to 0, second P omega is equal to 1, third one P of union AI is equal to sigma P of AI, then P is called probability or probability function. The three conditions are called axiom. First axiom is called non-negativity axiom, second axiom is called certainty axiom, and third axiom is called union or addition axiom. Now in this class I will explain problems on probability. The first problem is find the probability of getting head in tossing of a single coin. Once again, find the probability of getting head in tossing of a single coin. In tossing of a single coin, the events are head H, tail T. So only these two events are the possible events. Therefore exhaust events EC is equal to H comma T. Therefore exhaustive cases N is equal to 2. Favorable cases to head is equal to only 1, because among the two events only one H is there. Therefore probability of occurrence of the event is m by n, that is favorable cases to head by exhaustive cases head, is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore in tossing of a coin, probability of head is equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of tail is also 1 by 2, because tail also occurs one time. Now go to second problem. Find the probability of getting the number 1 in throwing of a single fairy die. Fairy die means die having numbers on the 6 faces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If the numbers are not using the 1 to 6 is called an unfairy die. So in our present problem, fairy die. So that means omega is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many numbers are there? 6. Therefore EC is equal to N is equal to 6. How many ones are there in omega? Only one is there. Therefore favorable cases to 1 is favorable case to 1, not favorable case to 1 is 1. 2 is also 1, 3 is also 1, 4 is also 1, 5 is also 1, 6 is 1. Any number in omega occurs only one time. Therefore probability of the occurrence of the number 1 or 2, whatever may be. In the screen, number 2 is appearing, but in the problem number 1 is asked. There is a mistake in typing the answer. Therefore, favorable cases to 1 is 1. Probability of number 1 is favorable cases to 1 by exhaustive cases to 1. That is 1 by 6. So, what is the probability of 1 is 1 by 6. What is the probability of 2 is also 1 by 6. What is the probability of 3 is also 1 by 6. Therefore, probability of any number, that is P of I, is equal to 1 by 6 for all I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Third problem. A bag contains 4 red, 6 white balls. Bag contains 4 red and 6 white balls. One ball is drawn at random from the bag. Then what is the probability of getting? First question, red ball. Second question, white ball. How many balls in the bag we have? 4 red and 6 white. Total 10 balls are there. How many balls can we are drawing? Only 1 ball. Therefore, exhaustive cases to draw 1 ball from 10 balls is 10C1. What is the value of 10C1? Is equal to 10. Now, first question, red balls. How many red balls we have? 4 red balls. So, favorable cases to 1 red ball from 4 red balls is 4C1. What is the 4C1 value? 4. Therefore, probability of getting 1 red ball is equal to favorable cases by exhaustive cases is equal to 4 by 10 is equal to 2 by 5. Second question, favorable case to select 1 white ball. How many white balls we have? 6 white balls we have. Favorable case to 1 white ball is 6C1. Therefore, probability of getting 1 white ball is 6 by 10 is equal to 3 by 5. This is the next problem. Next one is third problem. That is fourth problem. In drawing a card from a well shuffled pack of 52 cards, what is the probability of getting first question red, second question black, third question spade, fourth question club or clover, sixth question ace, seventh question king? These are the questions. How many pack cards we have? Actually 52 cards. They are thoroughly shuffled because of randomization, random selection, without giving any bias to any card. So, well shuffled pack, 1 card is drawn. So, exhaustive cases to draw 1 card from 52 cards is 52C1. Is 52C1 is equal to 52. First question. How many red cards we have? Actually, this is the card distribution. 52 cards, we have 2 colors, black and red. Black cards and red cards. Each of equal. So 26 black cards and 26 red cards. Pack of 52 cards having 4 races. Spade, club, diamond, heart. What are the, how many colors we have? 2 colors. How many races we have? 4 races. What are the 2 colors? Red and black. How many red we have? 26. How many black we have? 26. How many cards of each race of spade, club, diamond, heart? Each of 13 cards. Spade 13 cards, diamond 13 cards, club 13 cards, heart 13 cards. Each race having 4 different cards. King, queen, jockey, ass. King, queen, jockey, ass. A total of 4 kings and 4 queens, 4 jockey and 4 asses. This is the distribution of pack. Now we are going to the problem. How many red cards we have? 26 red cards. Favorable case to one red card is 26 C1. Therefore, probability of selecting one red card is equal to 26 C1 is equal to 26. Therefore, probability of one red card is equal to favorable case by exhaustive cases is equal to FC by EC is equal to 26 by 52 is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, probability of red is equal to 1 by 2. Probability of black is also 1 by 2 because they are also having only 26 cards. Second question. Favorable case to black card is also 26 by 52 is equal to 1 by 2. Next one is favorable case to spade card. How many spade cards we have? 13 spade cards. How many cards we require? One card. So favorable case to one spade card is 13 C1 is equal to 13. Their probability of one spade card is equal to 13 by 52 is equal to 1 by 4. So not only spade 1 by 4, diamond is also 1 by probability of diamond card is also 1 by 4. Probability of colour card is also 1 by 4. It is same as probability of club card also. Colour card can also be called as club card. Probability of heart is also 1 by 4. Now we go to favorable case to ace. Total pack consisting of how many aces? 4 aces. How many cards are required? Only one card. So favorable case to one ace card from 4 ace cards is 4C1. Therefore, probability of getting one ace card is equal to 4C1, that is 4 by 52, that is 1 by 13. So not only is ace, heart, king, queen are also 4 cards. So probability of selecting one king card or one queen card or one jockey card or one ace card is 1 by 4. Therefore, it is not that. Probability of one red card is equal to probability of one black card is equal to 1 by 2. Probability of spade is equal to probability of diamond is equal to probability of club is equal to probability of heart is equal to 1 by 4. Probability of king is equal to probability of ace is equal to probability of jock is equal to probability of queen is equal to 1 by 13. This is the fourth problem. Next, from these 4 problems, that is single coin, single die throwing, single card drawing, single ball drawing. These are the problems based on selecting one item from n items. So that's why these are the problems. Now we go to 2 coin tossing, 2 die throwing, 2 cards drawing, 2 balls drawing problem will be discussed in the next case. So the first problem number 5 is in tossing of 2 coins simultaneously. What is the probability of getting both hearts, both heads? First question. Second one is at least one head. Third one is no head. Once again, 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. First coin having head and tail. Second coin also having head and tail. That's why these 2 coins are called fair coins. Because it is similar to fair die. Fair die means 6 faces. The 6 faces having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fair coin means one side having head, another side having tail. Unfair means both head or both tails. That is unfair die, unfair coin. So in our present problem, our coins are 2 coins are fair coins. So the fair coin, 2 fair coins are tossed. 2 fair coins are tossed. Then the events are first coin head, second coin head. That is HH. Or first coin head, second coin tail. HT. First coin tail, second coin head. TH. First coin T, second coin T. TT. So therefore, HH, HT, TH and TT are the events which will happen in the two coin tossing experiment. Therefore, omega is equal to HH, HT, TH, TT. How many events we have? 4 events are there. Therefore, exhaustive cases is equal to 4. Now, first question. What is the first question? Both heads. Both faces show head. Both coins show heads. So, favorable case to 2 heads is equal to only one case because HH is only one time occurs. Therefore, favorable case to both heads is 1. Probability of both faces, both heads is equal to 1 by 4. Now, second question. Favorable case to at least one head. What is meant by at least one head? Either one or more. That means one head and 2 heads because maximum of 2. At least one head. At least one head means if you have to count the event into consideration as a favorable event, when it having one H, 2 H's are there. So taken into consideration. HT, one H is there. TH, one H is there. TT, no head is there. So the last one cannot be taken into consideration for at least one head. Therefore, probability of at least one head, favorable case to at least one head is 3. Therefore, probability of at least one head is equal to 3 by 4. Next, fourth one is favorable case to no head. That means there is no H in the event. First 3 having H's are there. The last one having no H, only T are there. So therefore, favorable case to no head is 1. Therefore, probability of no head is equal to FC by EC, that is 1 by 4. This is the 2 coin tossing experiment. Now we go to 2 dice throwing problem. 2 dice. Until we have 1 coin, 2 coins tossing problems have completed. 1 die problem has already completed. 2 dice problem cannot be taken into consideration. Now I will take 2 coin tossing problem, 2 dice throwing problem. So the problem is, in throwing of 2 fair dice, what is the probability of getting, first question is, same number on both faces. Second question is, even number on both faces. Third question is, prime number on both faces. Fourth one is, sum of the numbers is 2. Next question is, sum of the numbers is 1. Next question is, sum of the number is 11. Next question is, sum of the number is 7 or 11. Next question is, sum of the numbers is 9. Last question is, sum of the numbers is 5. So 2 fair dice are thrown. Both dice having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, if the 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, the first case may be 1, 1. Because first die 1, second die 1. First die 1, second die 2. First die 1, second die 3. First die 1, third die 3. First die 1, fourth die 3. Fourth die 4. Like that. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6. 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6. 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. The table is shown on the screen. So, each row having 6, such 6 rows are there. So, exhaustive cases in throwing of 2 dice is 6 square, that is 36. Now, first question. What is the first question? Same number on both faces. That means both faces of the dice, both upward faces of the dice having same number. Maybe 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Only the 6 cases, same number on both faces. So favorable case to same number is 6. Therefore probability of both faces show same number is 6 by 36 is equal to 1 by 6. Next one is favorable cases to even number on both faces. Even what is even number? 2, 4, 6 among the 6 numbers. So both faces having the same numbers. That is first row having one odd, another is even. One odd is, another is odd also. So both faces are not even numbers in first row. In the second row, 2, 1 is one face is even number. 2, 2 both are even number. 2, 3 one odd. 2, 4 both even. 2, 5 one odd. 2, 6 one even. So in the second row we have 3 events are both faces even number. So in the third row also we cannot get any such events. In the fourth row 3. In the sixth row 3. 3 rows of each 3 events are satisfying the favorable cases. Therefore favorable case to same number of even numbers is 9. So second row having 3, fourth row having 3, sixth row having 3. Therefore probability of same number, even number on both faces is 9 by 36 is equal to 1 by 4. Now next question is probability of getting prime number on both faces. What is meant by prime number? Prime number is a number greater than or equal to 2, and the number divisible by itself only other than 1. That is prime number. Prime number must be greater than or equal to 2. Must be greater than or equal to 2. And that means 2 is also a prime number. And the number divisible by itself only. 2 divisible by 2. 2 divisible by 1. 3 divisible by 3 and 1. 4 divisible by 1, 2, 4. 5 divisible by 1 and 5. 6 divisible by 1, 2, 3, 6. Among these numbers, which number satisfying greater than or equal to 2 and divisible by itself other than 1 is a prime number. So that numbers are 2, 3, 5. Both faces show prime number. That is favorable cases to both faces prime number is also 9. Because in the first row 2 comma 3. No. 1 comma no number obtained. In the second row we have 2, 2 both are prime. 2, 3 both are prime. 2, 5 both are prime. 3. In the fourth row also 3. In the fifth row also, sixth row also 3. Hence we get 9 favorable cases. Therefore, favorable case to prime number on both faces is 9. Because in the second row 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 5. In the third row 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5. In the fourth row no number obtained. In the fifth row 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 5. So 9 numbers are there. These are the favorable events to both faces show prime number. Therefore 9 cases are there. Therefore probability of prime number is equal to 9 by 36 is equal to 1 by 4. Now we go to next problem, next question. So sum of the numbers. What are the sum of the numbers for the number in the events? For sum of the number, first row, first element is 1, 1 event. Sum is 2. Second element 1 plus 2, 3. 1 plus 3, 4. Like that. Last element is 6 plus 6, 12. So the sum obtained from 2 to 12. Sum obtained from 2 to 12. Sum 2 obtained for the only one element 1, 1. Some 3 obtained 1 2 2 1, 2 times. Some 4 obtained 3 times. 5 obtained 4 times. Like that. 12 obtained by only 1 time. 11 obtained only 2 times. 10 obtained 3 times. 9 obtained 4 times. 8 obtained 5 times. 7 obtained 6 times. Like that. Now, favorable case to sum of the numbers is 2. Sum of the number 2, how many times obtained? 1 plus 1 is only 2. No other sum is 2. So, favorable case to sum 2 is 1. Therefore, probability of sum of the numbers is 2 is 1 by 36. Second problem. Favorable case to sum of the numbers is 1. Is there any possibility to sum of the two numbers in the above table is 1? No, because sum obtained from 2 to 12. So, in no event the sum is 0. Therefore, favorable case to sum is 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, probability of sum of the numbers is 1 is 0. So, that's why this is sum of the numbers is 0 is an impossible event. Now, next problem is favorable case to sum of the numbers is 11. Sum of the numbers 11 obtained from 5, 6, 6, 5. Only 2 cases are there. Therefore, favorable case to sum 11 is 2. Probability of sum of the numbers is 11 is equal to FC by EC is equal to 2 by 36. That is 1 by 18. Now, favorable case to sum of the numbers is either 7 or 11. In the first row, 7 obtained 1, 6. In the second row, 2, 5. In the third row, 3, 4. In the fourth row, 4, 3. In the fifth row, 5, 2. In the sixth row, 6, 1. So, sum of the numbers is 7 is 16. Sum of the numbers 11 is 5, 6, 6, 1. These are obtained in fifth row and sixth row. So, that's why either 7 or 11 obtained 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. Therefore, probability of the sum of the numbers is 7 or 11 is equal to 8 by 36 is equal to 2 by 9. Now, the last question is favorable case to sum of the numbers is 9. In the first row, sum of the numbers minimum 2, maximum 7. In the second row, minimum 3 and maximum 8. In this case also sum 9 and double. In the third row, the last one is 3, 6. In the fourth row, 4, 5. Fifth row, 5, 4. Last row, 6, 3. 4 times the sum of the numbers 9 is obtained. Therefore, favorable case to sum equal to 9 is 4. Therefore, probability of sum equal to 9 by 36, 4 by 36 is equal to 1 by 9. We go to another problem. Problem number 6. Probability, 2 cards are drawn from a well shuffled pack of 52 cards. What is the probability of getting? First question, both red. Second question, one red, one black. Third question, both diamond. Fourth question, both aces. So, how many cards we have? 52 cards. How many cards required? 2 cards are required. So, exhaustive cases to select 2 cards is 52C2. Next one is first question. Favorable case to 2 red cards. How many red cards we have? 26 red cards. How many cards? 2 cards are required? 2 cards. So favorable case to 2 red cards is 26C2. Therefore, probability of 2 red cards is equal to favorable case by exhaustive cases is equal to 26C2 by 52C2. Second question. 1 red, 1 black. How many red? 26. How many black? 26. So how many red cards required? 1. How many black cards required? 1. So that's why favorable case to 1 red and 1 black is 26C1 into, because and we have to use into, or we have to use plus. So into 26C1. Now probability of 1 red and 1 black card is equal to favorable case by exhaustive cases is equal to 26C1 into 26C1 by 52C2. Next problem is, next question is favorable case to both diamond cards. How many diamond cards we have? 13 diamond cards. So favorable case to 2 diamond cards is 13C2. Therefore probability of both diamond cards is 13C2 by 52C2. Next question is favorable case to 2 asses. How many asses we have? 2 asses, 4 asses. How many asses required? 2 asses required. From 4 asses. So favorable case to 2 asses is 4C2. Therefore probability of 2 asses is 4C2 by 52C2. Next question is 2 balls are drawn from a well shuffled, 2 balls are drawn from an urn. Urn means a box, an open box. 2 balls are drawn from an urn containing 4 red and 6 white balls. Then what is the probability of getting? First question, both white balls. Second question, 1 red, 1 white. This is the question. 2 balls are drawn. Urn means totte, Telugulo aithe. And 2 balls are drawn from an urn consisting of 4 red and 6 white. Urn contains 4 red and 6 white. Total balls 10 balls. How many balls required? 2 balls. So exhaustive cases to select 2 balls from the urn containing 4 red and 6 white is 10C2. So next, first question. Favorable case to select both white. How many white we have? 6 white. How many white cards require? 2. So favorable case to 2 white is 6C2. Therefore probability of 2 white balls is equal to 6C2 by 10C2. Second question, favorable case to select 1 red and 1 white. How many red we have? 4. So in 4C1 ways. How many white we have? 1 white. In how many white we have? 6 white. How many white cards are required? 1. 6C1. So favorable case to select 1 red and 1 white is equal to 4C1 into 6C1. Therefore probability of 1 red and 1 white balls is equal to 4C1 into 6C1 by 10C2. This is the 7th problem. Next one is 8th problem. So 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. So until this problem, we have completed 1 coin tossing, 1 die throwing, 1 card drawing, 1 ball drawing problems. And in the end, 2 coin tossing, 2 die throwing, 2 cards drawing, 2 balls drawing problems are already completed. Now we come to select 3 at a time from cards or balls or from dice or from coins. Now the present problem is 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. What is the probability of selecting 1? First question, all heads. Second question, at least 1 head. Third question, at least 2 heads. Fourth question, no head. These are the questions. In tossing of 3 coins, the events may be the first coin may show head, second coin may show also head, third coin may show also head. H. Second event is HT. Third event is HTH. Fourth event is THH. Fifth one is HTT. Sixth one is THT. Sixth one is TTH. Eighth one is TTT. These are the 8 events. In single coin, how many events we have? 2 events. In 2 coin tossing, 4 events. That's why 2 square. In 3 coin tossing, we have 8 events, 2 cube. So, similarly, if we have to toss n coins simultaneously, then we have 2 power n exhaustive events. So, in our present problem, the exhaust events are omega is equal to HHH, set HHH, HHT, HTH, THH, HTT, THT, TTH, and TTT. How many exhaust events we have? 8 events. First question. Favorable case to all heads. How many all head cases are there? Only one case, that is first case. First event, HHH. So favorable case to all heads is FC, M is equal to 1. Therefore probability of 3 heads or all heads is equal to 1 by 8. Second question. Favorable case to at least 1 head. At least 1 head means first one, second one, third one, fourth one, are having at least 2 heads. First one having 3 heads, next 3 having 2 heads, next 3 having only 1 head. Our problem is at least 1 head. That means you have to take into consideration the event when it having 1 H or 2 H or 3 H. So favorable case to at least 1 head is 7. The first 7 are belongs to the favorable cases 2 H. Therefore probability of at least 1 head is equal to 7 by 8. Now 7 by 8. 7 by 8. So on the screen there may be some mistake is there. Favorable case to at least 1 head is given as 41. That is wrong. That is 7. And therefore probability of at least 1 head is equal to m by n is equal to 7 by 8, not 4 by 8. Next one is favorable case to at least 2 heads. You have to count the event into consideration, it having a minimum of 2. That means 2 heads or 3 heads are taken into consideration. Therefore favorable cases to at least 2 heads is 4. First one and remaining 3. So this is favorable cases is equal to 4. Therefore probability of at least 2 heads is equal to 7 by 8. Last one. Favorable case to no head. No head means the last one is the only event having no H. So that is taken into consideration. If probability of favorable case to no head is 1. Therefore probability of no head is equal to m by n is equal to 1 by 8. Next problem is 3 cards are drawn from a well shuffled pack of 52 cards. What is the probability of getting first question 3 red cards, second question 2 red 1 black, third question 3 spade cards, fourth question 2 spade, fifth question fourth question 2 diamond and 2 spade and 1 diamond. Next question 1 ace, 1 king, 1 queen, and the last question is 1 queen, 1 king and 1 jockey. This is the question. How many cards we are selecting? 3 cards. So exhaustive case to select 3 cards is 52C3. Now first question. Favorable case to 3 red cards. How many red cards we have? 26 red cards. Favorable case to 3 red cards is 26C3. So probability of 3 red cards is equal to 26C3 by 52C3. Second question. Favorable case to 2 red and 1 black. How many red and how many black? 26 red and 26 black. So favorable case to 2 red and 1 black. So 26C1 into 26C2. Because red cards we have 2. So that is 26C2. Black cards require only 1. That is 26C1. So favorable case to 2 red and 1 black is 26C2 into 26C1. Therefore probability of 2 red and 1 white is equal to 26C2 into 26C1 by 52C2. Next third question. Favorable case to 3 spades. How many spades we have? 13. So favorable case to 3 spades is 13C3. So therefore probability of 3 spades is equal to 13C3 by 52C3. Fourth question. Favorable case to 2 spades and 1 diamond. So that is how many spades? 13. How many diamond? 13. 13C2 into 13C1. Therefore probability of 2 spades and 1 diamond is equal to 13C2 into 13C1 by 52C3. Next question. Favorable case to 1 ace, 1 king, 1 queen. How many aces? 4 aces. How many kings? 4 kings. How many queens? 4. How many cards of each required? Only 1, 1, 1. That's why favorable case to 1 ace, 1 king, 1 queen is equal to 4C1 into 4C1 into 4C1. Therefore probability of 1 ace, 1 king, 1 queen is equal to m by n is equal to 4C1 into 4C1 into 4C1 by 52C3. Next sixth question is favorable cases to 1 queen, 1 king, 1 jockey. How many queen? 4. How many king? 4. How many jockey? 4. Favorable case to 1 queen, 1 king, 1 queen, 1 jockey is m is equal to 4C1 into 4C1 into 4C1. Therefore probability of 1 queen, 1 king, 1 jockey is m by n is equal to 4C1 into 4C1 into 4C1 into 4C1 into 4C1 by 52C3. Hence, my dear students, I have completed nearly 10 problems based on the priori definition of probability. So, few more problems will be discussed in the next class. Hence, my dear students, this is the third YouTube lesson, and this is the fifth total lessons of Unit 1 in your statistics paper in the second semester, probability and distribution. What is the title of your paper? Probability and distribution. What is the first unit? Probability. How many definitions do you have? 3 definitions of probability. What is the final definition of probability? Axiomatic approach to probability. What is the first definition of probability? P of A is equal to M by N. What are the conditions should be satisfied for the N events? In the first definition, the N events are exhaustive, mutually exclusive, and equally likely. What is the formula for von Mises definition? P of A is equal to limit n tends to infinity M by N. What are the conditions should be satisfied for the N events? Exhaustive and mutually exclusive only. So, axiomatic approach to probability definition was developed by Kolmogorov in 1930. Hence, my dear students, you have listened these lessons with as many times as you possible, with complete lesson, not for few minutes. You have to watch the lesson completely, then and you prepare notes, because there is no possibility to complete these lessons in regular system, because your examination will commence as early as possible due to the minimization of loss of your academic year. Your first semester examination may commence in July. In 99% your examination will commence in July semester. Up to that we have to complete the second semester classes. Thank you very much. God bless you.